Have you guys seen the Neds Declassified podcast?
Out of control.
I've only seen the clips.
But there's so many.
And I'll be honest, they don't naturally come up on my For You page, but you sent the one, I've really only seen the one you sent, which was out of this world.
I'm addicted to their clips. And for the people that are telling them to stop. I'm telling you to stop telling them to stop.
Stop telling them to stop.
Stop telling them to stop.
Please go.
Because they're feeding us what we all want to know about
all those shows.
Did you see the one where she was basically like, yeah, I went through every other guy on the show before I got to you?
Yes. And how she would give Ned blowjobs in between. Did you see this one?
That's the one you sent.
Yeah,
yes.
she would give him blowjobs in between takes, and the makeup artist was like, you need to stop whatever you're doing in between takes. Like, this is crazy.
Do they talk about anything else on this podcast, or is it just
they're wild. And then no, they're so open and honest though about what they were actually fucking doing on this set, which I love to hear.
Respect.
And I need them to come on this show. Save your stories.
We should have them.
Save your stories and tell them on here. For some of them, please. I want them on this show.
I mean, if they're talking blowjobs in their own podcast,
they'll say whatever.
They got plenty of other stuff.
Oh my God. They are wild and I love it. I fell into a deep hole of watching every single thing I could find of them because, wow, they are an open book podcast. Other shows that are doing what they're doing, take notes. Take notes from the Neds Declassified podcast.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what other shows like this
all
could
of
even
them.
Be a scenario.
All of them.
You know what? We want all you rewatch podcasters out there to really start talking about who was blowing who in between takes.
Yeah. No, seriously, open up. Start telling us more. Because
naming names.
They're
saying name them.
Name them.
Name them.
Name them.
I mean, they're saying
name them merch.
We probably should
name them.
Name them.
From
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This literally past episode. Name them.
What was I just gonna say? And it's also like they're not talking about other people. She's like they're talking about it with each other. Like they were the people doing the dirty acts.
No, right. They weren't talking about how
they're like, hey, remember that guy Sam that like came on like he was like that guest role and like we all wanted to hook up with him and everyone's like haha. It's like no, we're talking about Ned.
Yeah, Lindsay said to Devin, remember when I blew you for the first time and you had to go fucking finish yourself off in the bathroom? Like that's crazy.
It's also just like those are the clips.
And
like,
you're picturing
that's like they're like let's cut that one.
Yeah, they're like that's perfect. They know how to sell a podcast.
Yeah, they do.
And picturing
Christy Carlson Romano, man, it's her podcast network.
I just can't believe like these young, like you picture them as Ned's Declassified and then you see them grown up and you're like,
yeah.
It's weird. When
it
you
also
think
about it also does make me think back of like them. I'm picturing them like on the show, and I'm
that's
like,
the weird part.
right, right.
Goodness
it's
gracious.
like, oh my gosh,
But
at the same time, you keep doing you guys, and you don't let the internet
tell
take
your
you
stories.
down and tell you, oh, these forgotten child actors need to stop talking. No.
Do any of them are any of them married or like in relationships or like?
No, well, Lindsay has lived a crazy life.
Yeah.
She was on Pretty Little Liars. She, ended up having some addiction issues. She
got fired, I think.
She got fired from Pretty Little Liars. They brought her back. She's been to rehab. She's gone through a lot, and she is very open and honest about her story. And then the other two guys, they're just freaking man. They are something on that show.
Yeah,
and
Devin.
My whole TikTok now is just
Who
clips
was like
of
the
them.
nerd of like that show?
Cookie.
I think someone was like, the fact that Cookie went before you or something.
His Wikipedia does
she
not.
She got with
I don't
Cookie
think he's
before.
married. His personal life on Wikipedia actually just says that he was in a relationship with his co-star Lindsay during the last few months of filming Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide and afterwards for over a year.
If you type Neds into Google, the third thing that pops up is Ned's Declassified BJ.
Whoa. I mean, the people are talking. Clearly. Clearly. Dan, is Cookie? I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know if any of them are, to be honest.
I can't get enough of them. They're on my TikTok all over. But the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about Travis Kelce and the Wall Street Journal article. And then we have a game of trivia. And we also have the winners of Love Island games. Spoiler.
Yep.
Spoiler.
I mean, you're going to see it in the graphics.
Their names are going to be in the title of this episode.
It's going to be everywhere.
Right. But spoiler, Justine and Jack. Love Island games.
We said it at least.
We said it. Spoiler. They will be on today's episode, and they were fantastic. So let's get into the rest of the show, which is really just us talking about Travis Kelce and the Wall Street Journal.